Okay, good morning. Aggravated assaults, there's a few of them on there. One of them probably has more interest. That was this morning, Monday morning, about 1:30 a.m. This was in the 3200 block of East 10th Street, which is outside Eastway Bowl. There was a report of some gunshots. We had a couple of different people had called in. The number varied between 2 and 4. There were 2 shell casings that were found by officers. We did have one report of a guy that had an injury, and I'm not sure exactly how it took place. He didn't know, but was walking from his vehicle back to the building, and a bullet grazed his neck. It was the back of his neck. No serious injuries. Actually, just I think the ambulance put a Band-Aid on him, and he was good. So he didn't even need any medical treatment. He didn't see what happened. Didn't have any information. The few people that were there were trying to piece things together. Really, we don't have a whole idea of what took place or who was involved. So it's one of the things we're working on. There are some surveillance in the area, so we'll be looking to hopefully get hold of that, and maybe we can figure out what took place.
Did 2 to 4 different callers?
No, there was a couple of different callers. One person heard 2 gunshots. Another person thought they heard 4 gunshots. Right.
What was the age of the victim?
The victim is 28 from Sioux Falls.
You said he was walking back to his car.
He was walking from his car to the building when it happened. So he heard the gunshots and then felt the, I guess, on his neck. So
Was the shooting at the bowling alley?
we don't know. It didn't. At least the reports I read didn't find any other damage
Where were the 2 shell casings found?
in the parking lot.
In the parking lot?
Right.
How many shell casings were found tonight?
2 shell casings were found. Yep.
Is there damage to the building at all?
Didn't have any. At least what I saw, I didn't have any reports of any damage to the building. Yeah, I mean, I suppose daytime might be a little bit different if they see anything, but at least last night when they were out there, they didn't see any damage to the building. The other aggravated assaults, one of them I don't have a report. We had a few domestics, people threatened with the knives, but really nothing serious. The arson, that ended up just being a report. We had a person that lit a mattress on fire in their backyard, and then the fire kind of got out of control, but no arrests at this point. The assaults were simple assaults. The burglary were houses and apartments that were entered. Counterfeiting was a fake 50 that somebody tried to pass at a convenience store. The clerks recognized it was fake, so they didn't accept it, but the guy left, so no arrests on that. Disorderlies, a couple of people fighting. We did have one Friday afternoon. We had a person that was walking on 22nd Street near Garfield, and there was a car that drove past, and she heard a noise. She thought it was kind of like a air pistol noise, and ended up finding kind of a gelatin substance on her clothing, so didn't have any injuries from that. The only description of the vehicle was a silver Subaru. We haven't had any other reports, anything like that.
At what time was that?
That was Friday about 12:40, well, probably about 12:30 p.m. Let's see, family offenses, no contact violation, protection orders. The frauds, nothing big with there. A few cars that were entered, some ID thefts. Credit cards were used. There's kidnapping on the log. That's basically just a report. The victim is a juvenile and said that this involves other juveniles, but we didn't really get a clear story of exactly what happened. So at this point, no arrests, but we're still investigating that. She was not harmed at all. Larcenies, narcotics, I didn't have a chance to get to. The robberies, both of those involve juveniles, juvenile suspects. The sex offenses were both reports. Nothing big from the simple assault, some more domestics in there. The unattended death, we had 2 of them. One of them, nothing suspicious. The other was a body that was found in the river. This was below the bridge over the spillway, kind of up by the penitentiary. So we're still working on that.
That was just found near the river.
in the river.
Oh, it was
In the river, yeah. There were some people that they thought some clothing or something. They weren't sure what it was, and it turns out it was a body that was in the river. So they'll-
suspicious at all, or just investigating?
I think tomorrow is when they're planning on doing the autopsy. There wasn't anything, at least their initial assessment, there wasn't anything obvious, no obvious trauma or anything like that, but they'll do an autopsy to see if they can determine a cause of death.
Do you have any details on the body? Was it a male, female?
It's a male.
Do you have
Yeah.
the age?
Not yet.
And when was this found?
That was Sunday, probably about 5:45 p.m. And that's pretty much it. The vandalisms, I didn't have a chance to get to those either. And it,
To the shooting, was there any surveillance video at all?
that's one of the things so the shooting with the surveillance video, there are businesses in that area that have surveillance. I don't know if we've obtained that video yet, but that's one of the things that detectives will be looking at getting is, hopefully there's a few different businesses that have some and they'll be able to piece things together from that. That's all I have, unless you guys have anything else. Okay, thanks.